What up, people? Happy Wednesday. Y'all know what we do every Wednesday. Every Wednesday, I answer your money questions, whatever questions you might have, questions about taxes, stocks, personal finance, maybe even some insurance, entrepreneurship. I answer it all every Wednesday here at 8 o'clock. Well, 8-ish. Got on a little bit late today because I've been working out some client stuff. So it took me a little bit longer. So I hope y'all forgive me. All right. So as we get going, be waiting for folks to come on. Let's talk about something, right? And then, we'll come back and we'll talk about the money. But everybody's been buzzing. Everybody's been buzzing about this whole Stake 48 situation. For me, it's rather annoying. It's annoying for a lot of reasons. Because again, let's give context for folks who don't know what's going on. But Stake 48, again, it's a chain restaurant in several major big cities. It happens to be in my home city of Philadelphia. And they issued a change in their policy. They said that there's a $100 minimum if you come there. Mind you, Stake 48 is a steakhouse. It's a fine dining establishment, right? And so recently there have been a lot of fights there. Reason I'm talking about it is because a lot of black folks are mad about this, right? My show is for black folks. So we talk about black folks and money. So this does come into a money arena, kind of, sort of ish, right? So we'll just kind of venture down into the ratchet zone for a minute. But Stake 48 said that there's a $100 minimum when you come to eat here. Recently, like I said, there have been some fights. People have gotten into trouble. People have been coming in and just kind of eating up all the food, leaving low tips, again, getting fights. There's videos all over YouTube and the interwebs. And so everybody's eating it up. So again, they put out this edict that there's a $100 minimum because of all of the situations. Now, just to give you all a little bit more back context or backstory, Stake 48 kind of started during the pandemic. It's been popping, y'all. I haven't eaten there yet because it's downtown Philadelphia. I hate going downtown Philadelphia because our parking authority, which is known worldwide and very notorious for booting people's cars and giving tickets, I try to avoid them at all costs. So I try not to go downtown Philly. And that's where the restaurant is. But this restaurant has gotten rave reviews. A lot of my friends go. A lot of my friends rave about it. And they love it. People have been cooped up in the house for a long time. And they said they want to get out. And they liked this place. And they thought it was a great place. Supposedly it's great food. But now everybody's going there. So much so there's like a really long waiting list. And so again, people are going there, getting a couple cocktails, getting a couple appetizers, then bouncing out. And then sometimes they come there, they get a table, not leaving great tips. There was issues with some of the servers. And so management said, hey, we only want people that are willing to spend $100 at our establishment. To myself, I say, cool. It seems like to the rest of the world, to the rest of the black community, they got their panties in a bunch. They are up in a tizzy for whatever reason, because they feel it's racist that there's a $100 minimum after a fight. They feel it's racist that when you go to a fine dining establishment, it's not customary to spend at least $100. Now, I get it. Maybe some people haven't gone to a bunch of restaurants. That's cool. But here's my thing. This is a white establishment. This isn't 1954. Pre-Brown versus the Board of Education. This is not an integration issue. So people are saying this is a racist issue. I don't see how we make that claim. If you have the money, you can go eat. Before pre-1965, if you didn't have, and y'all don't know, 1965, 1964, the signing of the Civil Rights Act and the Voting Rights Act, a very pivotal moment in Black America, very pivotal moment in the civil rights movement. But if you have the money, you can go. This isn't a racist issue. And they also instituted a dress code. I get it. This isn't new. This isn't something that's foreign or weird. Happens a lot, but people are up in arms. My issue with all of this, I could care what Stake 48 does. Why do we care? Now, yeah, I'm sure they have black employees. We're in Philadelphia. I'm sure they have black employees. But again, why do we care? The people who have the money to go eat there will go eat there, like they've been going to eat there. And yes, are they trying to weed out those who don't necessarily want to spend $100? Yeah, but that's because people who are in there fighting and they want to change the rules. This is a money issue, but I see backlash. It reminds me of the situation with the brother down in Houston many months ago, where the people were dancing on his furniture, and he cussed them out after telling them, after about 3 or 4 times, please don't dance on the furniture. And then he got mad. But I always wonder, when I see these type of situations, like, do people really understand how much it costs to run these type of establishments, let alone open up these kind of establishments? Any kind of establishment. If you are a business owner, you know that it takes work. It takes sacrifice. It takes money. It takes money, y'all. So yeah, people are in business to make money. They don't want to dilly-dally and be involved in skirmishes and all kinds of philanderings and shenanigans with people who don't want to spend money in their establishments. If I own the restaurant, I might do the same thing. But here's the thing. You don't have to go there. So why be mad? I would love if the black community would take this same energy and apply it to black-owned businesses. Take that same energy and apply it to businesses that actually intentionally always employ the most amount of black people. So again, I don't get it. I don't get it. Like I said, I haven't been there. But I know a lot of my black friends who've gone there, they said they've enjoyed it. Good food, good service, good atmosphere. What everybody wants when they go out for a fine dining experience. So, again, I don't get it. But listen, y'all, like I said, let's put this same type energy in black-owned businesses. This isn't anything new. I talk about it all the time here on my show. This is the Finance Rebel Show. This is the place where I want people in the black community to increase their financial IQ so they can have a better quality of life. Better quality of life also means that you have to be a conscious consumer. So when you're a conscious consumer, you have to think about, how does this impact my overall community? Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Does this organization have good hiring practices? Do they treat their employees well? Are they good members of the overall community? Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that I know if Stake 48 is good or bad, but we know people in our community don't have equity or ownership in this establishment. So what's all that to do for? So that's all I got. Listen, while y'all here, go ahead and throw y'all questions in the chat, commentary in the chat, and we'll get to it. We'll have a good time like we always do. I see a couple people are here. My mouse has been acting really funny. All right, so a couple people are here, are in the building. So let's look at this here. Hey, Tara, how you doing? I ain't seen you in a minute. Hope you're well. Hope all is good. Hey, Angela, how you doing? Welcome. Glad you're here. Jose, what's up, brother? How are you? Don Johnson's in the building. What's up, brother? Sandra Hill, how are you? All right, folks just like to complain. Yes, they do. Both of those owners are doing what's best for their businesses. Yeah, I would agree. But again, this thing has gotten national attention. But I don't get it. Yes, conscious consumerism. Absolutely. So all right, y'all, go ahead and throw y'all questions in the chat. Seeing some of my IG folks come in. Sherwin 1906, how are you? And Renee, how are you? World Traveler. The Roy Salute, how are you? Moonlit Ma, how are you? That's that. What's up, lady? How you been? So, all right, who has questions? Or do y'all just want me to talk? Because it seems like the trend lately is y'all just want me to talk. Don't worry, there's no soda in here. All water. All water. So what do y'all think about that? I mean, is this something that black folks should be concerned about? Should we be caring about Stake 48? Should we be caring about what their policies are? I mean, obviously, as long as they're treating people well, I don't think setting up a purchase minimum is treating people unfairly. But like I said, go ahead and throw your questions, comments, and concerns in the chat. I'm going to talk about some of the local news that we have going on until folks come on. Oh, and Jose has a question. Yep, that was one of the things I was going to cover. I knew somebody was going to ask about it. AMC, GameStop back in the news. Yes. I wish they would just go away, but they won't. People up in a frenzy about the price run-ups. Lots of them lacking real market knowledge. Yeah, but isn't that the case for a lot of this stuff? People are really lacking real market knowledge, real investment knowledge. It's like if y'all have ever watched a game of 3-card monte in your hood or in your community somewhere, and you know the guy that's sitting in the chair is a sucker. While he might get a run up 1, 2, or 3, he'll get a couple hands, but ultimately, you know, because you've been around, you've either lost money or you watched enough people lose money, that this 9 times out of 10 is going to end badly. But yeah, AMC's up, GameStop's up. The Reddit community is in the building, people. They getting busy. I saw a meme or a posting on Reddit talking about them both saying hold because many of the holders of GameStop and AMC don't have any more than 100 shares. They're small investors, and so we have to protect them. Not truly understanding what the market forces are all about. But let's look at it. Let's look at GameStop. Let's look at AMC. What's up, Garen? How are you? I35. Was that Sean? I might mess your name up. I can't make it out, but welcome. Welcome. All right, so let's look at AMC real quick. All right, so I'm looking at AMC on the Googles. All right. AMC closed $19.56, up $3.09 on the day in dollars, $3.09, up 18.576%, almost up 19%. I haven't seen anything material change. I know AMC or GameStop had earnings. I believe they have earnings. Just looking to see. Headline says meme stocks, GameStop, AMC are popping again as speculative. Anybody know what speculative? Speculative trading ramps back up. All right. Boss Lady in ATL. Boss Lady in ATL. How are you? Welcome. Oh, that's Chris. What's up, Chris? How you doing? Crystal. I was trying to read your name. Y'all know I get stuck on reading the name sometimes. All right, so again, everybody's up in awe about AMC. Listen, it's not a great long-term investment. Why? Because they're losing money. But it's a great trade. So if you can make some money, go ahead and get in. Y'all know my show isn't really for trading, right? Because I cater towards the beginners. I feel that's where I can best deliver value, real value, to many of the beginners. I mean, I could talk about the intermediate and advanced stuff, but I love seeing people get in the markets, really get a grasp of it, and really begin to take wealth creation by the horns and get busy. One of the best ways to do it is the stock market. So, I mean, up 19% on the day. So let's look at GameStop. What a waste. All these are companies that couldn't figure out how to be profitable pre-pandemic. And then all of a sudden now they're running up. GameStop up $33.24 today. $33.24 today. up 15.88%, almost 16% on the day. Quite interesting. Quite interesting. JCW, how are you? So, it's making money. Now let's look at this. Let's look at GameStop. Year to date. Looks like one big roller coaster ride. Started at the beginning of the year at $17.37. Went up to a high of $347.51. Dropped to $193. Ran back up and then dropped again to $63, $50, $52, $45. Then it ran back up again. But again, nothing material has changed except for the Reddit folks doing a thing. My Duke 4, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. So again, folks are jumping on the bandwagon and being led like sheep in a herd. Like I said, if you can trade, great. If not, I would stay away. It's not for the faint at heart. All right. GameStop is up 1,306% year to date. Y'all see that number? 1,306%. Revenue's not up 1,306%. Profit's not up 1,306%. Expenses are not down 1,306%. Right now, it's all a lot of times about the dislocation between the actual business and the actual stock. That happens sometimes. Usually not this wacky though. It's usually not this whacked out. Hey, Ms. Edith, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, I would avoid it. I think the train's already gone. Will it run up some more? Maybe. But don't y'all find it interesting that we're having all of these like super mega colossal super big run-ups and then they collapse? So we got GameStop, we got AMC, we got Dogecoin, we got Bitcoin. I mean, y'all don't see anything that's really peculiar that's going on here? Bitcoin has been bouncing up and down like a roller coaster as well. Okay, Bitcoin started the year at about 30 grand. It's at 38 grand. But it was up to almost 65,000 about a month ago. So I'm not, oops. Here we go. Sorry, y'all. So I don't get it. I don't get it. All right, so let's see who else is here. All right, Cheryl's here. How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Doing Maz in the building. Good evening to you, man. Yep, pump and dumps and pumps. So, all right, what other questions do y'all have? Are y'all buying GameStop? Are y'all buying AMC? I guess people are expecting AMC to start buying, or people to start going to the movies. I don't know. I don't know if I want to sit out in the movies. I don't know if I want to go to the movies, indoor movie theater, and sit with a whole bunch of people. People got that vaccine juice. They feeling good. They feeling happy. And now they are out to buy some stuff. Listen, everybody's trying to get rich quick. I'm not mad at them, but when you study a thing, you understand what's going on. Just go back to the tulip prices. If you have not looked at the tulip prices, go back and look at it. So Bitcoin is up 9,197%. That looks a little bit off. Well, rough math, it's up about 8,000. Yeah, it's up. It's up there. It is up there. So I don't know, folks. I don't know. Yeah, I think that number is off because it's saying for 1 year, it's only up 319%. Right. Oh, okay. All right. I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong thing. So it's up $9,000. It's up $9,000. It's only up 31%. So forgive me for that, y'all. I was looking at the wrong thing on the screen. Miss Edith, thank you. Thank you for liking and sharing. If everybody can follow Miss Edith's follow or rule, please like and share this. Y'all know I'm fighting the algos, so you know they don't want me to be great, y'all. So help me be great. It's a community thing. All right, so what other questions do y'all have? What other commentary do you have? Going once, going twice. Okay, well, I'll just talk then. That's not hard. All right, so it says Apple baby about to enter the crypto sphere, and the company's latest job vacancy is anything to go by. Yeah. Oil giants are dealt major defeats on climate change as pressures intensify. That looks interesting to me. As Southwest flight attendants lose 2 teeth after an altercation with the passenger, union calls for more safeguards. Yeah, I bet. People are just rogue. S&P 500 ekes out a small gain in light trading, boosted by reopening plays. Jeff Bezos will step down as Amazon CEO on July 5th. McDonald's behind the scene deal is here, and it's more than what we expected. That looks interesting. All right. The housing market is in a little bit of a bubble, Jamie Dimon says. What do y'all think? Do y'all think real estate is in a bit of a bubble? Has anybody really looked at housing prices? It's kind of scary out here. Now this is interesting. This is really interesting. So I want to show this one. All right. So here's a story and Market Watch. So the title reads, I'm 49 years old. My wife is 34. We have 4 kids, 2.3 million saved. I earn $300K a year, but lose a lot of sleep worrying about tomorrow. When can I retire? That's really interesting. Would y'all be able to retire if you were 49 with 2.3 million saved? All right, so let's pull this up. Let's pull this one up. Oops, wrong one. Bear with me for a minute, y'all. Bear with me 1 minute. Un momento. So again, I'm 49. My wife is 34. We have 4 kids, 2.3 million saved. I earn $300K a year, but lose a lot of sleep worrying about tomorrow. When can I retire? That's a rough one, y'all. That's a rough one. He has 4 kids. So let's get into okay, hold on, Jose, I'll come right back to that. He has 4 kids and a 34-year-old wife. I'm interested to know how long they've been married. All right, I'm 49 years old, turning 50 this year, and my wife is 34. We have 2 young children under the age of 2 and twin girls age 11 from my prior marriage. College for the twins is fully funded in 529, and I save monthly in the 529 for my other 2 children. I have had a good career in technology and make about $300K a year. We max out all retirement vehicles and have 0 debt aside from my primary residence. We also have approximately 8 rental income properties that net us about $6,000 per month. After all mortgage and expenses, our passive income, if you will, our monthly target expenses are about $10,000 to $12,000 on the high end. Combined, we have 1.7 in IRAs and 401ks and approximately $500,000 in cash and after-tax money. Now, I have to do this, y'all. Please forgive me. y'all seen people say that I'm crazy, right? About the level of cash I recommend. This guy's got over a year's worth of salary in cash. Can't overlook that, right? When we get back to the basics of your overall financial plan, your personal plan, and we look at it from a functional finance perspective, I don't think that can be ignored. That's a major thing. That's a major thing. And again, a lot of people call me and say, why would you have that much in cash? You have that much in cash so you can keep taking advantage of opportunities when they present themselves and survive any emergencies or rainy days should they come about. And Murphy's Law dictates or states that what will go wrong or what can go wrong will go wrong. Again, Murphy's Law, what can go wrong will go wrong. So he sounds like he's in a pretty plush position. All right, let's get back to the article. Just had to talk about that. I'm sorry. All right, I don't know if y'all can see that on the screen or not. Let me know if y'all can see that on the screen. I'll just read it. All right. I started a new job in November 2020 after being let go from my prior position due to COVID-19, and I need to cut expenses. At 50, while I am employed, I am fearful that my job could end again and going through another 7+ months job search. Whoa, major key right there. What was my rationale for having all that cash? Because your typical new job search after you lose a job is about 9 months. He got lucky, 7+ months. But he had the cash on hand. He didn't have to change his lifestyle. He didn't have to sell off any of his rental properties. All right, but 7+ month search would be incredibly hard on my family and me. I lose a lot of sleep worrying about tomorrow. I want to retire and have my wife retire, likely in Colorado, when I am 58. If I am not forced to retire sooner, I obsess about retirement calculators and try to see if I can achieve this. But one tells me we will be okay, while another says I'm going to be short and run out of money in 20 years. I also have no idea how to look at health insurance costs for my family when not employed and how to factor that into a plan where my spouse will outlive me by 20 years. I want to make sure she will be okay and never run out of money. We are both in good shape, work out, and have good longevity on both sides of our family. She has worked long enough to qualify for Social Security. I want to retire because I'm going to be an older father and love my wife and children very much. So if I can maximize my time with them not working, but not sacrificing too badly on expenditures, lifestyle. He doesn't want to change his lifestyle, y'all. I would like to do so. I just cannot figure out a plan. I'm supposed to be working in retirement, either consulting. Excuse me, let me back up. I am opposed to working in retirement, either consulting or maybe an hourly wage job, but neither of those options are guaranteed. Can you help? So what do y'all think about the show? Excuse me. What do y'all think about this? Okay, here's the case. Gentleman's 49, wife's 34. There's 4 children, right? 2 from the previous marriage, 2 from this current marriage that has issues in and of itself. Right? Spends anywhere from $10,000 to $12,000 a month and wants his money to last into retirement. And I would guess that if we were looking at proposed longevity or proposed life expectancy, I would say he's probably going to live anywhere between to 85 and 93. Maybe, a little bit more. So the question is, how can he turn his $2.3 million into roughly $120,000 a year after taxes? Right? Because he didn't talk about his tax position. So I'm going to assume the worst case scenario when it comes to taxes. So I'm going to say it's after taxes. So he needs to be generating probably more like $15,000 a month, $16,000 a month. So what should he do? Can y'all think this through? I mean, this is a live financial planning kind of exercise, if you think about it. If you think about it. So while y'all marinate on that, I'm going to go back to Jose's question, and then we'll come back and we'll dive into this a little bit more. All right, so Coca-Cola has me recalculating position. They done broke out my buy zone, and I need a share price drop by $2. Okay. So are you thinking about buying more, or are you thinking about exiting your position altogether, Jose? What are you thinking? Now, as a business, I mean, I'm sure Coke hit hard times, but well, I know they did hard times. I did some research on it, but they're still in good standing. They still have plenty of cash. Matter of fact, before I do that, let me go look here. And so while we're answering Jose's question, I want y'all to ponder and think over that scenario that was just posed. What would you do? You know where to start? All right, so let's look at this real quick, and then we can jump back to this question. I want everybody to have a moment to think about this. Think about it. You better think. All right, so Coca-Cola, $55.03. $55.03. Coca-Cola is a $237 billion company. $237 billion with a B, ladies and gentlemen. Has a PE ratio of 32, almost 33. Has a dividend yield of 3.7%. 3.07%. Interesting. Let's look at the cash. All right, so y'all know I always say you want to look up a stock, just go to finance.yahoo.com, put in the ticker symbol, and then you can look and see, what the company's doing. Kind of get a quick glimpse of it. Coke makes about 33 billion a year. Again, billion. That's what they did at year end, December 31st, 2020. Now, were they profitable during the pandemic? Let's see. They had expenses of 23 billion. Net income of about 7.7 billion. So they're still profitable. And it looks like their profits have been bouncing around for the last couple of years, but it looks like it's kind of stabilized. So they were able to eke out good profit in 2020 during the pandemic. I mean, because people were still drinking Cokes. But that's not bad. I think that's actually a good thing. That speaks to the quality of management and the quality of positioning overall. Now, y'all know I love to look. Now, the first financial sheet we're looking at, or the first financial statement we're looking at, was the income statement. That's where you can look at a company's profit or losses, right? See how much money they bring in every year, see how much they spend on expenses, and then see how much they get to keep after they pay all the bills and pay all the salaries. All right. But then I like to look at the balance sheet as well. I like to see how much cash a company has. So they have 10 at the end of December 31st, at the end of 2020, they had roughly 10, almost $11 billion in the bank. Now I want to look at the quarterlies. That'll give me a better, so they're accumulating cash. So at the end of December 31st, they had about $11 billion in the bank in cash. As of March 31st, they had 12.5, almost $12.6 billion in the bank. So it looks like they're being good stewards of their money. Now, if I were going to do a bigger, deeper dive into this, I'd be looking at their assets, looking at the trends of what they do with their profits, looking to see where all their revenue sources are. By the way, Coke makes most of their money from the syrup, right? The royalties they get paid from everybody that licenses the syrup around the world. because you have Coca-Cola, the company, and then there's another Coke, like Coke Enterprises, which handles like all the distributors and things like that. But all right, so Jose says, again, Jose, let me see. Jose said, all right, Jose says he wants to buy more, but pretty consistent buying monthly. Been buying pretty consistently monthly, but I've calculated 120 shares for a quarterly dividend value equivalent to a free share. Now they went up in price, so now I need about 130, 140 for the same dividend equivalents to work. So if y'all don't understand what Jose is doing, he's trying to get enough shares in Coke that his shares in Coke, the dividend he gets from Coke, will then buy him more shares. Talk about the compound effect, because that's what he's really going after, right? He's trying to make sure he's able to reinvest that money and get a share. I don't know, Jose, we talking quarterly or are we talking yearly? I'm assuming you're talking quarterly. But I mean, I think that's a great strategy. And it's a great strategy, especially for retirement, because again, you're putting your money to work, and this is the compound effect. So basically, he's taking his money, he's putting it in, and then he's reinvesting the profits from that, which is the dividend that he's getting from Coke. I love it. Jose, I wouldn't worry too much about the market and what it's going to do. I would just keep buying. I would just dollar cost average into this. I would dollar cost average into this. Now that's my opinion, but Coke is a fine company. And I think right now, the way the market is crazy, absolutely crazy. And it has no rhyme or reason. However, we know there's a difference between being right and making money. Now, I've been right about Tesla. I've been right about AME or AMC theaters. I've been right about GameStops. They're trash. They're all trash companies. But stocks keep running. Now, I wouldn't touch them. I wouldn't touch them with a 10-foot pole. But that doesn't mean people can't make money trading them. So depending on what you're trying to do, you do have to have a bit of flexibility in your plan. And be, let the good times roll. Now, what Jose didn't tell y'all that he's also buying these shares and he's getting price appreciation or profit from seeing the price rise. He's making money. He's making money. So he's mad that he's making money and he can't buy more on the cheap. Y'all know the saying, bulls make money, bears make money, pigs get slaughtered. Okay, so he wanted to get it quarterly. Got it, quarterly. I got you, brother. I got you. So let's see. Why is that there? Okay, there we go. All right, so I just pulled up TradingView real quick. I haven't looked at Coke in a long, long time. This is a dollar chart. I'm going to go to a monthly chart. Listen, one of the things I'll tell you all is never go against the trend, right? Especially if you're trying to trade, don't go against the trend. If there's an uptrend, more than likely you shouldn't try to short it. Right now, Coke is definitely in an uptrend. And they're approaching all-time highs. And so if you look here, back in February 20th, they hit $60.33. And then around that March period, they dipped to 36.58. Now, Jose, I don't know if he was doing this, but you should have been grabbing extra shares when it hit that low. When you see blood on the street, you go in and you clean up. And now Coke is approaching, again, at $54, and it's getting close. It's getting close. It's getting close to that all-time high level of, again, $60. So, but if you look at this, if it hits that peak, the question is, will it bust through and reestablish a new leg higher? Will it get some resistance? Right? Will it hit some resistance? Will it play around at that level, or will it fall? Nobody knows. Nobody knows until it actually happens. So, Jose, I would say Because here's the other thing: the board could actually change the dividend as well, depending upon what's going on in the market. So, Jose, I would suggest, and this is not a recommendation to buy or sell, but I would say stick with your strategy. Don't worry about market price right now. Stick with your strategy, and it'll all work itself out. At some point, you'll be at a point where you'll be able to get 4 shares a year of Coke just from the dividends alone, and your machine will run like butter, baby. All right, like butter. All right, so let's go back. Let's go back to the scenario with the 49-year-old man, the 34-year-old woman, and the 4 children. So what do y'all have to say about that? What do y'all have to say about that? He wants to retire. It sounds like his wife's working. Didn't really talk about her and how much she's making. Didn't really talk about, what else they're doing. But clearly they are saving. And they have 6 investment properties. Didn't say where, right? So anytime I'm helping somebody work through, hello, son.
Yeah.
Anytime I'm working through helping somebody with their finances, I want to get all the information as much as possible. Now, some of y'all are saying, I think Jose said he'd be able to live comfortably off that. Let me go back and look. But I thought I saw that. But I'll come back to it. But again, you need to know all the information, right? So he's got 6 units. Are those single units or are they multi-units? Are those units rented at full market capacity, right? Are they rented to the full market capacity? Is the occupancy at full what's the word I'm looking for? At full capacity. Why did I struggle with that, y'all? Right? Are these rented at full capacity? Right? So you need to know that. So is there room to increase rents? Now, the first thing I would have this person do, or my very, very first recommendation, and I'm trying to find the article. I've seen to have misplaced it somewhere. But the very, very first thing I would do with this person, I would have them get life insurance. There was no mention of life insurance anywhere around here. None whatsoever. So he's worried about his wife being able to be taken care of if he's no longer here. He talked about she probably has a 20-year jump on him. Okay, let's get life insurance now. You can solve for that issue right now. You can look at a cash value policy, which could be another way to invest. Clearly, he has means, right? The money can grow tax-free, right? And you can there's ways to pull cash out of life insurance tax-free as well. You got to do it right there also to get messed up. What's up, Nicole? What's up, Trey? Corey. What's up, Corey? How you doing, brother? Shout out to Corey and the Bada Hood team. Y'all see I'm actually rocking the Bada Hood hat. Those my bros over there, even though they mean to me. Corey be straight abusing me on live TV, y'all. Nah, that's my fam now. All right, so, that's number one. That would be first things first. Number one, life insurance. Out the gate, from the rip. There's not even a thought. Then from there, again, like I said, I'm asking him, is there any wiggle room to increase rents? Can we maximize your rental property? Do you have plans on buying more rental property? Right? All of those things matter. All of those things matter. So no, Cheryl, the house isn't paid off. Right? He mentioned it in there. He didn't say how much, though. He did not say how much. Pulling it up now. He didn't say if the house is paid off. So again, man is 49, wife is 34, 2 children from this marriage, 2 children from a previous marriage. However, they both have college. Well, at least the first set of children have college paid off. It's set aside in a 529 plan. So this dad has been good. He's been pre-planning. He's been saving. He's been getting ahead of it. Now they're 58 in Colorado. Well, he's 58 in Colorado. So, so again, he wants to know, will he run out of money? I would also look at potentially cutting some of his expenses, if possible. So there's a lot here that's unknown. So we don't know the house value. We don't know what the mortgage is. We don't know what the interest rate is on that mortgage. We don't know if maybe he could refinance, right? These are some of the questions I would have, right? Can he refinance to a lower rate? Could he refinance to a lower mortgage term? He's worried about his wife being okay. Again, he's 49, she's 34. I'm still curious to know how old they were when they got together. What up, Shelby? How you doing, brother? I don't know how to say that name. Kyrene? Tell me how to say that, but welcome. All right, so what I would say for him to do right off the bat, again, is get life insurance, continue to save, use your life insurance also as another savings vehicle. I would also look to see, I would want to know if he is looking at continuing his real estate investing career. That's something I would want to know as well. So what do y'all think about this so far? Let's see. Let's see what folks got to say. Oh, damn, he wants a side chick. Y'all funny. All right, most people will say that it's the ultimate saving scenario. Woo, a family of 4. Well, that isn't enough. 0 debt, rental income. What else do you need? Sorry, didn't mean it. You meant it. He might want a side chick. I don't know. But he says he loves his wife. So at least if he does want a side chick, he's at least thinking about home first, right? Apparently you ain't crazy. Okay. Nope. All right. What best indicates market is in a crash? What best indicates market is in a crash over being in a correction? Is it the 10% decline or how fast it declines? So you'll see 10%. You'll also see 20%. Everybody kind of makes it up as they go along. I personally define a crash when the long-term trend is broken. So when the long-term trend is broken, that's when I say we are no longer in bull territory. We are in bear territory. Percentages for me don't really matter. Yes, can you see the screen? Unable to read. Okay, you can see it, but you're unable to read it. Okay, I'm sorry. Cash needed for emergencies? Absolutely. What is a good way to describe the difference in horizontal integration and vertical integration? Oh, that's a good one. All right, remind me to come back to that because I don't want to lose the momentum on my 49-year-old tech genius over here. He can live a pretty comfortable life, limit expenses of frivolous nature. I don't know. Again, they didn't tell us if the wife works. Said they spend $10,000 to $12,000 a year. I mean, again, it's not a whole lot, but it ain't cheap either, right? Okay, we got to that one. Right, compound. Yep, Jose's doing this whole compound play. Right, Jose, he didn't mention life insurance for him nor his wife. I don't know if you said that before or after I said it, Jose. But either way, good call. Too young to retire, may live to be 80. It costs money to send children to good college. Yes, that's a fact. So yeah, I would probably say he should probably look to work a little bit longer. But I understand where he's coming from. Listen, if anything the pandemic has not taught us is that life is fragile, life is short. And so we're just going to spend all our time working to make money. Let's be really intentional about it And if we're, at a 9 to 5 job that maybe we don't like, or maybe we're not happy at, let's do what we need to do to get out of here, or at least have the freedom to leave as soon as possible as well. All right. So Cheryl says it's interesting how many famous people recently have passed with no apparent life insurance policy. Yep. Happens all the time. Happens all the time. All right. So like I said, life insurance first. I probably wouldn't even look at a disability policy. I would want to know if he plans on buying more real estate. If so, that could be a good thing. That could help supplement his investing. I would also want to know what his asset allocation looks like. We've talked about asset allocation. What does his asset allocation look like? Right? Is he heavy on stocks? Is he heavy on bonds? Is he heavy on REITs? Is he heavy on bonds or international stocks? I would want to know. And I also want to know what is his, he didn't say he wants to retire now, but he didn't really say what his hard out was. Okay, he says, okay, I'm sorry, he did. He says, I want to retire and have my wife retired, likely in Colorado when I'm 58. So we're talking 9 years. So we got 9 years of, I would do a mix. So again, life insurance, maximize real estate holdings income, maximize the income from the real estate holdings, potentially buy another piece or 2 or 3 to match what his expected expenses will be in retirement. Because I think he said he's got 6 units that is doing roughly $6,000 a year. Once those mortgages are paid off, he'll have way more disposable income to go towards his retirement goals. So again, he could use retirement. I mean, he clearly is already doing it, but he used more retirement rental units as part of his retirement strategy. That's not far-fetched, right? Not far-fetched at all. And then I would want to see what his asset allocation is. So again, with 8 years, I would probably opt for more of a balanced approach to the markets at this point. You want to safeguard what he has, not putting a whole lot at risk. Even though we've been in a super duper prolonged bull market, we never know when things are going to end. So we want to protect what we have. We want to protect what we have. Hey, Janelle, you know what, Janelle was just talking about life insurance and real estate and cash value life insurance. So welcome. All right, so it looks like nobody else has any more questions. All right, you know what? There was a question. I forgot. Somebody asked, let me find it. All right, Sandra says first time on a live, learning. All right, good. That's what I want. That's why I'm here. I'm here to serve. And learning is the way that I serve. So that's great. All right, there was a question about vertical integration versus horizontal integration. I believe Doing Ma asked that, but let me double check. Listen, for everybody who's just joining, I am Kamara Yellis. This is the Finance Rebel Show. We do our Wealthy Wednesday section or segment every Wednesday starting at 8 p.m. I won't be here at 8 a.m., y'all. 8 p.m.-ish. I got on today around 8:15. My apologies. Was working late trying to help clients. So I'm trying to find this question. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Doing my, I've never been asked this question before. I think you in school somewhere, I think. All right, so Doing Ma says, what is a good way to describe the difference in horizontal integration and vertical integration? So I'll explain it by giving you examples. Vertical integration is when you own everything from the means of production to distribution to sell it to the end product or to the end consumer, wherever it's finally going to go. The example would be, I'm trying to think of an example. Trying to think of an example. What company does this? McDonald's. McDonald's is a good example. Some of their stores are some of their corporation or enterprise practices vertical integration. So they handle everything from sourcing and getting the products in to getting the people's in the stores. Some of the McDonald's are actually owned by the corporation, and then they sell it. And then they sell their product, the Big Macs, the fries, the McChicken sandwiches to the end user and consumer. All right. But you know what? Horizontal integration is when a business. Okay, here I actually have the definition, and let me put it up on the screen. Let me put it up on the screen for y'all. All right, but vertical integration is when a company is spread out across different amongst different industries and different businesses. But I'll give you a more succinct answer as soon as I put this up on the screen for y'all, and then I'll be able to think about more examples. Ms. QB, how are you? Welcome. All right, so listen, y'all. Investopedia is a great resource. A lot of articles on there, a lot of definitions on there. Definitely a resource. The advertisements get a little rough sometimes. All right, so horizontal versus vertical integration and overview. Horizontal integration and vertical integration are competitive strategies that companies use to consolidate their position among competitors. Horizontal, is that even a word? Horizontal integration is the acquisition of a related business. A company that opts for horizontal integration will take over another company that operates at the same level of the value chain, basically meaning that they're more like competitors or more like peers. It's not a lower company or a higher company. It's usually at the same place. Vertical integration refers to the process of acquiring business operations within the same production vertical. A company that opts for vertical integration takes complete control over one or more stages in the production or distribution of a product. So, I don't necessarily like those because it's not necessarily about acquisition. It's not necessarily buying. Like, there are companies that build their companies out to be vertically integrated. All right, so for example, if a department store wants to enter a new market, it may choose to merge with a similar one in another country to start operations overseas. The goal of doing so would be to create more revenue after the merger. Ideally, the company would make more money than when they are two independent companies. So here's horizontal integration. Amazon is talking about buying. I'm going to use this one now, but there are exceptions. So Amazon is talking about buying MGM, right? So in a way, that's horizontal. But MGM also owns a lot of content as well. And we talked about that as well. So when I think of MGM, I think of gambling. But also MGM was a major film house. So you get both. So let me see if I can find another example. But at the end of the day, the reasons why you may choose vertical or horizontal integration vary. Horizontal integration is more of a diversification play. It's more of a risk or a risk avoidance play. So it's like look at Coke, right? And Coke owns a lot of stuff too. But Coke may say, I have all this money tied up in beverages. You know what? Here's one. I have all this money tied up in beverages. This is kind of risky. Maybe I should do like Pepsi and get in the snacks. So Coca-Cola is vertically integrated. If they were to do, now Pepsi is horizontally integrated because they have like Frito-Lay and other things outside of beverage that, Doritos, again, outside of beverages, straight Pepsi and the Gatorades and the teas that they have. So that's a way for them to diversify their income streams. right? Pepsi has more exposure to the shifts of demand and consumer taste, of, diet taste, when a lot of people are shifting away from heavy sugar drinks. Now, what Coke did was they did like Dasani and some other things, but again, it's still all in that beverage vertical. So that's, kind of the best way I would explain horizontal versus vertical integration. I hope that makes sense. Let me know if it doesn't. Got that. Good answer. So when is the market trend is broken? It's the crash or correction. Again, crash and correction are kind of used interchangeably, but correction is more used for like a softer type fall. What really happens a lot of times with crashes, right? February and March of 2020 was a crash. But what happened? It bounced back really rapidly. And what happens is a saying, everything reverts to the mean. So when you see things get really, really crazy and people sell off, it usually will bounce back because investors are looking on the sideline like, wow, this is really cheap and this isn't going to last for long. Perfect example. We just looked at it. Jose is buying Coca-Cola, right? He got his whole profit strategy at play. Coca-Cola hit $36 during the crash last year. And now it's at what? So Jose was probably buying. Jose probably got double what he put in the chat. So instead of getting one share quarter, he's probably getting like 5. Because I'm sure he loaded up when he saw it fall, when he saw Coke fall. But now Coke's in his 50s. It's like $55. Almost double. Almost. Not quite there yet. So the process of Amazon buying MGM is I would say that's more horizontal for right now. Because Amazon is creating content, but they're a player, but they're not really a player. And I mean, we could debate that, right? But Amazon's business is selling books, products, and services over the internet. They're just now getting into the streaming game. Right, yes. Yep. All right, folks. So I've been here with y'all for a minute. So listen, I'm always appreciative of y'all being here. Do me a favor. If you have not liked this yet, like it. Do me another favor. If you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, do me a favor, subscribe. YouTube channel, Kamari Ellis over on YouTube. All right, Kamari Ellis, not Kamari. That's the wrong one. Kamari Ellis over on YouTube. All right, and so as we go, this is the last call. Any more questions, just let me know. Any more questions, just let me know. What are y'all thinking about? Last call. All right, so there's no more questions. So, all right, we're going to get ready to get out of here. But before we do, listen, if any of y'all are real estate investors, me and Courtney and I will be doing a webinar tomorrow, a free webinar tomorrow. All right. And that webinar is titled 3 Things Real Estate Investors Need to Know. Y'all know I do a lot of tax work. I am an enrolled agent, which is the highest credential the IRS has in regards to tax. I see a lot of people making a lot of mistakes. I see a lot of people letting the IRS take their profits and their money. Doesn't have to be that way. So if y'all get a chance, go on over to bit.ly/real estate needs. Again, bit.ly/real estate needs. I'll put it in the chat as well. And you can register for this free webinar. Now, if you are not interested in real estate, do me a favor, share with somebody who is interested in real estate. All right. And we will see you all tomorrow. I think I see another question or another comment. Okay. I appreciate you as well, doing mine. I appreciate you as well. So again, anybody who's interested in learning about some of the mistakes real estate investors can avoid, go ahead and click on that link and go on over and register for the webinar. Remember, space is limited. We only can get, I think it's 100 people in there. If we need to get more, we will, but first come, first serve. Again, first come, first serve. Again, appreciate you all. I'm always here to add value. Let me know if there are any other questions you guys may have. I will be back on Saturday at noon. Not sure what we're going to talk about, but it'll be something spicy. And remember, y'all, let's forget about some of these other establishments that are implementing minimum purchase prices. And let's focus that same energy on Black-owned establishments who are building equity and employment in the Black community on a consistent basis. All right. So I will see you all next time. Everybody have a great night. So long.